again. Happy Veterans Day. I just wanted to jump back on here and um, show you some stuff on this ECFR again. Um, One of the main things we talked about, or I talked about, the combined ratings table. If you got one rating right now and maybe you're looking to add another, or maybe you've got more than one, two, three, four, whatever, and you're trying to figure out. It's not cumulative. It's not 10% plus 50% plus 20% is not 80. So the way the VA does it is some kind of crazy math formulation, but they explain it here in the ECFR, or you can download a copy, like I said earlier. One advantage of having the downloaded copy is that you can do a document search, and you can search for terms and go right to it in a document. The only problem is you have to update it because it does change. The ECFR is updated on a regular basis, so you know pick your poison. Anyway, just go over this real quick, how it works. This is your rating, the percentage. So you're going to start, if it's 10%, it's 10%. If you have 10% for one rating or one condition, and you have another condition that is 10%, the two added is 19%, which 19, anything over 5 in your sum of your formulation will round up to the next rating percentage. If it's below 5, it will round down. So just say, for instance, well, I'll just show you. Okay, so 10, 10 is 19. So, and what they'll do is, if you have multiple conditions with multiple ratings, they take the highest and they start with that. So I'll just use mine for instance. My high one is 30%. So I added 10% for tinnitus. So what you're going to do is go down on the left side and find 30%. Whoops. Find 30% right there. So if I add 10 right here, where the two meet, boom, boom, it's 37. So 37 is going to be rounded up for compensable purposes. It's going to be rounded up to 40%. Now, if you have a third condition, then you are going to go to the 37, because that's the 30% plus 10% comes out to 37, and just say you had another 20%. So boom, boom, 20%, and that comes out to an even 50. So you kind of get the gist of how it works. Whatever you got to start off from the beginning, 100%. You take your highest percentage that's been awarded and subtract that, and that's going to give you your, to do the percentage. And then whatever that comes out to, that's where you start over here. And then you just keep adding your percentages, so you can see as you get higher up, 50, 60, 70, 80%, it's going to be harder and harder to get to the 100%. For instance, if you're at an even 80, it's going to take you at least 30% to get to 90, because 80, 86% rounded up to 90. It's going to take you see, excuse me. So 30, 40, and 50, 60, and 70% are going to keep you at 90. If you start out at, or if your combined total is 80. So it's going to take an 80%, another 80% to get you to 96, which will round up to 100. If you're at 90%, I hope I'm not confusing you. If you're at 90%, there again, you got 10, 20, 30, 40, a 50% at 90, a 50% is going to put you at 95, which will round up to 100. So that's that in a nutshell. It also, I mentioned in one of the other videos about bilateral and unilateral factors. Those usually come into effect with the arms and legs and such. So that's something, if that's part of your disability or conditions, you'll want to read that and become familiar with what they're asking for. So anyway, this is on the CFR 38 CFR Part 4. It's also, this actual one right here is on the ECFR, which is the same thing that's going to be in the PDF document. There's also a rating chart on va.gov. You can go on there and see some of the rating charts and stuff on there. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, you want to become familiar with this document, because this holds the information that you will need as you're pursuing your disability or disabilities.
VA.gov site
Anyway,
as well.
again, that's ECFR.
Great
Veterans Day
for the electronic
again.
version.
Happy Veterans Day to all my veteran friends, brothers and sisters.
Several different
Hope you have a great afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon.